Hello friends, the most desirous chapter that the students demanded is PGPP, that is income from business and profession. Firstly, let's determine the objectives that we are going to learn in this chapter. Firstly, introduction. What is PGPP? Second, how to use this head in computation of total income. Third part, theory. Fourth part, practical sums. So let's start from the introduction. What does this mean? Income from business and profession. As we have learned, there are 5 types of income: income from house property, income from capital gain, income from salary, income from business and profession, and income from other sources. So among the 5, this is the head known as income from business and profession, which is this. Unit 3, heads of income. Unit 3, profit and gain of business and profession. So firstly, let's understand. I'll make you all understand because this head is very difficult as people think. But if you listen to my introduction first, then you will understand what it is actually. So let's start with the introduction, a small story. The story starts like this. Mr. X, pardon my drawing, Mr. X, he has a business. He has a business firm in which he earns income. Firstly, he provides services, sells goods, both simultaneously. This explanation is very rare. It is my personal explanation as I have approached to this chapter. So the business, Mr. X, he provides services as well as he sells goods and service. He sells goods. So as he provides services, he gets something in return. Something in return means consideration. And sales, when he sells the goods, he provides some goods and in return gets money. So the normal trial balance thing and the profit and loss statement and the balance sheet. This chapter deals with the basic things: trial balance, P&L account, and balance sheet. This chapter also deals with providing services. The Mr. X has to pay service tax also as well as income tax also. Do you agree? You should agree because the business runs by providing services as well as selling of goods. So now let's see. The profit and loss statement says profit of rupees 1 lakh. So in this chapter, what you have to do is there will be certain expenses. This side is expenses, P&L account, debit side, all expenses, and credit side, all income and gain. Okay? Expenses and losses and income and gain. So in this chapter, firstly we have to determine which income and which expenses will be allowed so that the net profit will be taken in the income statement, that is the computation of the total income. From here, if this amount, this net profit 1 lakh is right as per income tax act, then such amount means 1 lakh rupees will be taken into the income statement and it will be put in that income statement for the computation of the total income. But if this amount is not correct, why? Because the expenses which have been taken place in the business is not appropriate as per the Income Tax Act 1962. Such expenses will be excluded. So how to calculate that and all things I'll be teaching you later. First, understand the basic concept of this chapter. So let me go little bit into detail. Let me take my pen now. P&L account, debit, credit, depreciation, sale of asset, sale of asset and incurred loss. That means the loss part. I am putting the amounts, assuming 10,000, 20,000, and salary, rent, and etc. I am not writing other expenses that I will be teaching you all, so don't worry now. Salary 30,000, rent 40,000. Income from dividend 20,000. Income from agriculture 30,000. So this is the income of Mr. X, this man, Mr. X. It is the P&L account of his entire thing. Like if he has received a salary will also come in this head. So under the P&L account, because it is the P&L account of Mr. X. So his total income is expenses, whether related to his house. And now let me take one more thing. Income tax paid 50,000. So all the expenses and income are in his P&L account. So the net profit that we finally derive, I have not written GP. Let me take GP as 2 lakh rupees. So it's an hypothetical example for just making you explain what it is. 20,000, 30,000 plus 2 lakh minus 30,000 minus 30,000 minus 90,000 comes to rupees 1 lakh rupees. Okay. So net profit is 1 lakh rupees. So if all this income, if it would have been right, so it would have gone into income statement, that is income statement of Mr. X, in which income from HP, that is house property, income from other sources, income from salary, income from capital gain. Let's assume there is nothing, it is all nil, and income from PGBP. We can't take rupees 1 lakh directly, or because there are certain sections in this chapter that we have to study in the theory part, from which we have to determine which amount will be allowed as expenses and which income will be allowed as income for computation of the net profit of income from PGBP. So this chapter basically deals with which items we have to consider for taking the net profit. Like the expenses, which expenses are allowed and which expenses are not allowed. Expenses like the personal expenses are not allowed for computation of the net profit of PGBP because it is the personal expenses. And this income from dividend, it is already exempt under section 1034, and such income is not related to business. If such income is related to business, like if the businessman has employed some funds into some equity shares for the business, from the business point of view, then such income will be income. So we have to be cautious. If such income is received by Mr. X from his personal investment, such income will not be the part of income for PGBP. Income from agriculture is exempt under section 10 since it is a different business, so it won't be considered. Such things we'll be learning in this chapter. This chapter is, that's why it's very easy. This was the first part. This part I'll be teaching you at the last, because finally you have to deal with this only. So before this we'll be seeing depreciation, how to calculate depreciation, and there are certain specific business for which the government provides exemption at the rate of 100%, at the rate of 200%. So there are specific rates that you have to memorize. So I'll be giving you all entire rates. Firstly, we'll start with the sections which will be allowed as expenses. Secondly, I'll be teaching you with depreciation. Thirdly, again expenses. expenses along with the section, and then the specified business. Then we'll be seeing which income will be allowed. Then we'll see presumptive income, then we'll be seeing presumptive income from hiring of motor business and other businesses, and we'll see rule 6 double D, and we'll see many things. So this chapter is basically not very tough. You have to finally, after learning all the sections, after memorizing everything, you have to just determine this part only, because the calculation of depreciation that I'll be teaching you will be very important for this depreciation, because this depreciation is as per the accounting standards. Okay, and we have to calculate depreciation as per the Income Tax Act. So this depreciation as per the accounting standard will be excluded, and the the expenses of depreciation as per the rate of income tax will be substituted over here in place of this. So we have to calculate we have to recalculate the net profit that we have to consider for this part. Okay, now have you got a grip over this chapter, what we have to do in this chapter, what we have to not do in this chapter? This chapter basically deals with the total income, that is the trading account, the P&L account, and the balance sheet of the SSE. Which business income are allowed as income, which business expenses are allowed as expenses will be considered. Okay, basically the sums given in the exam are in this pattern, but if the examiner is quite generous, he may give directly the income and expenses. So then you have to you have to write first income and subtract the expenses, and whichever amount comes is the net profit, and then substitute over here. So let's move ahead. In the next video, we'll start with the theory part. We'll move on to the section, because the explanation is this much only. If you want to copy anything, I'm giving you the time to copy. Please pause the video and copy. I hope you have copied this much. If you want, copy this also. Thank you.